Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. As you can see, Jean-Luc and Nick
Are alive.
are well, like feeling good, which is fantastic. Feeling so good that we were actually able to go celebrate my dear friend Leslie's 50th birthday last night. They had a birthday party for her, and we had a great time. We went to bed semi-early
Semi-early.
compared to everybody else. We were
Yeah.
the early ones. We went to bed, which is good. So welcome to Sunday Night Chat.
Yeah. So for anybody watching on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere you're at right now, we're actually live streaming into 5 different areas. So if you're watching, you can join us in Zoom by visiting p3experience.com and scrolling down. You'll see there's actually a Zoom link there for you to join. So if you want to join us live, you can. This is actually open to everybody.
Yes, it's a public broadcasting this evening.
Yeah, public broadcast, because we thought, the first kickoff of the new year, we want to inspire everyone. We want to inspire everybody in the P3 community and Jean-Luc and Nick followers.
Definitely.
Everywhere. We want to make sure that everybody feels, supported right now at this time of year, restarting or continuing their wellness and weight loss journey.
We want to also thank our lovely interpreter, Pamela, who is in the room with us live this evening. Pam was actually a surprise for our amazing friend Leslie, because she was not expecting Pamela to come from Halifax for her birthday. And Pam decided I needed to be here for Leslie's birthday. We are basically our chosen family. So we're so happy to have Pam in-house with us this evening.
So we also have some announcements for you guys this week. So we'll run through what's happening this week for P3. So for those of you who aren't members, remember that you can join for free for the month of January. So if you think any of these events sound fun to you, just go to p3experience.com, look for the free link, and you can sign up and join us free for this month. And hopefully you'll want to stay on because we have lots of fun.
We do.
We try to make weight loss and wellness enjoyable for all of you.
Definitely. So again, this evening, 7 o'clock, you're already at it. You're at the Sunday Night Chat with Jean-Luc and Nick. We also have tomorrow, Monday at noon, a Power Up with Antonetta. And then tomorrow evening at 8 p.m., a Power Up with Sandra D. On Tuesday night, you have a Power Up with the one and only, or the two and only, Jean-Luc and Nick. On Wednesday at noon, there's another Power Up with Sandra. On Wednesday at 8 p.m., you are going to be keeping it real with the one and only Antonetta.
And she's talking about
shoes. I believe she's talking about picking the right picking the right Jimmy Choos for your
active lifestyle.
Active lifestyle. Those are not active shoes. I do not recommend wearing.
Well,
then
Bryce Dallas Howard wear them in Jurassic World. Does anybody here remember that? She wore high heels and
the entire.
No raptors are chasing her in high heels.
She was a good runner.
I know, good job.
Not many people can do that. So also you switched this on me, so
sorry,
I can't see the announcements. No, that's all good. And then on Thursday at 6 p.m., you'll be in the kitchen with the two of us, dinner with Jean-Luc and Nick. I will be creating what I can with what I have in my kitchen. Who knows what'll be left, and that's what I'll be making dinner and showing you how I make it. There's also a Power Up at 8 p.m. with Kieran on Thursday. On Friday, this is a live Feed Your Joy event at 11 a.m. through Kieran's Feed Your Joy group. However, because you are a member of P3, you all have access to that one live cooking section every month. And did you want to continue with the rest?
No, I'm going to do the next
section. Then we also have a Power Up at 1:30 with Kieran on Friday. And on Friday night, 7 p.m., Pub Quiz Night with Helen. This was something that came up off the cuff during her crafting with Helen, where she came up with these questions in a book. So she's like, oh, I could totally host the Pub Quiz Night. We're like, yeah, all of you wanted it. So it's here Friday, January 12th at 7 p.m. Get ready for the competition.
Next Saturday is a live walk with P3 at Vaughan Mills. So there will be no Zoom portion this time. We actually, because Jean-Luc and I are going to be at a different event. We might log on and show you guys where we are. We're actually at a live event this Saturday. We're doing it's called an RTK Fitness. If you look at your newsletter, it's a in-person event that we're actually joining. We're going to be doing some step there.
And we're also the keynote speakers for them.
We're speaking for them about our health journey and what we've gone through, kind of like what you guys know, but to new people, letting them know what kind of things we've gone through to
Trying
get where we
to-
are today.
Yeah, and trying to inspire others that, you know what, if these two silly guys can do it, anyone can do it. It's always doable.
Then at 7 p.m. on Sunday is Power Up with Jean-Luc and Nick. So next weekend is a closed P3 group little family. We're going to talk together as a P3 family and see what's on everyone's mind.
And another reminder, tomorrow, January 8th, is the absolute last day to register for the 90-day total body transformation, or as otherwise called, TBT.
And then we also have something starting tomorrow morning. You guys might have heard about it. It's Step with Jean-Luc and Nick. So yes, so for those of you wondering how it works, so if you go to jeanlucandnick.com/step, you just go to that page. If you are a member, you're registered, you just have to log in, and all the details about classes are on that page. We are not emailing you links. We're not sending you things ahead of time. This page has everything. So once you load it up, read everything on there. It explains to you where to find the links for which times of classes. It explains to you what times classes are at. It tells you what happens when we need to cancel a class. It tells you everything on this one page. So if you are planning to do Step with us, just go right now, open your phone or I even made sure it works on your phones, everybody. So open your phones, go to jeanlucandnick.com/step. And then you'll be able to actually,
if you are registered on the website, right?
Go to Step,
okay, go to
and
Step.
then you can actually log in there or register from there. And then once you're logged in and registered, you'll actually be able to see the classes and how to join everything.
It's really simple. I'm going to keep it this Monday through Friday. It's going to always be the same link.
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays going to be the same link. We might change it next month,
but you guys won't see it.
You won't.
I'll be doing it behind the scenes.
You won't even have to worry about all
the
of
same
that.
place.
Same place, same time.
So for those of you wondering about the classes, so there's two types of classes being offered. So at 7 a.m. will be a Step advanced class, which is basically our old Step class.
What we've always been doing.
What those of you who used to do our classes before, we'll be doing the exact same classes at 7 a.m. At 5:30 p.m. or Step Basic is a new kind of class that none of you have done before. It's a stepless step class that we teach at Rustic Mama. So it's very different. It's not meant for you to use a step with. You can, so if our advanced group can come in and actually bring in their step, and we'll call out the same moves. So when you say start step, you'll just do your start step with a step. But for those of you who are, sorry, fam, for those of you who are doing basic, you'll be able to actually do the moves without a step. So for those of you interested, go sign up to the website, jeanlucandnick.com/step, and then join us tomorrow. So tomorrow's class is at 7 a.m. will be our launch. We're actually going to have our first advanced class. It'll be airing on YouTube as well. So if you can't do it live, you can watch it later on YouTube. And then we'll also be doing our 5:30 class tomorrow, which will be Step Basic, our first time teaching it to all of you. That will also be recorded and on YouTube as well. So you can actually do the class after the fact if you can't join us live. But join us live. It's more fun. You know why? We make you laugh and we see the boxes. And when we make you laugh, we just want to keep going and make you laugh even more. So
or make you work out more.
Yeah, and eggs is on
you
it.
Laugh at us and then we're like, you know what? 10 more repeaters.
Exactly. So very excited to be back in Step. We love teaching our classes, and now we can't wait to have you guys join us starting tomorrow.
And we're actually going to be going live every morning at 6:45 a.m. for a new thing that we're calling Hello with Jean-Luc and Nick.
Yes.
This is our accountability.
Hello.
We're going to be like, good morning. And we're going to be weighing in live every day with the Shaper.
Yeah.
We're going to be just being accountable. We need to find some way of doing it. And that's going to actually stem into our topic of this evening.
Exactly.
But one last thing, also for those of you who are interested in climbing the CN Tower, the WWF CN Tower climb with P3, there's already a P3 team that has been
we're 8 people
that is created. We're 8 of us. We are climbing on April 21st at 8:30 a.m. So all you need to do is go to the website, register, find our team, the P3 team, and then you can join our group, and then we're going to climb the tower together.
And for those of you who are worried about, I don't know if I can do this, I'll hold that. No, we're actually, Jean-Luc and I will be staying behind at the end.
We don't care how long it takes.
We don't care how long it takes. I've already raced it up. I did it in 14 minutes, everybody. I did my marathon of the step climb. This time, I'm just going to make la la la.
Yeah, and I did it in... And it doesn't matter. I really want to emphasize, it doesn't matter how long it takes to do something. It's when you just get to do it. and you've accomplished it. That's that sense of accomplishment.
And yes, Lara, it is his birthday weekend.
It is my birthday. It is
on the 18th.
Oh yeah, my birthday's on the
21st.
18th. Yeah,
So you know, if you want to give Jean-Luc a birthday gift, come and climb
just
the
come climb the CN Tower with me. That's a birthday gift.
That's a great birthday
That's the
gift.
best gift ever.
And you know what? WWF is a dear cause to us because we love animals. We love animals. So we're so glad that we get to do this and raise money to help the animals as well. So again, if you can't climb, you can also donate to our team. So it's the same way. If you want to donate, let us know. We love the CN Tower climb. This will be our 4th time doing it.
Yeah.
The first time we did it, we were overweight and we did it in 30 minutes. Then second time we halved our time. And then the third time I raced up the thing. So you know what? You can do it at any size, any shape or form.
And apparently if you don't want to do it for my birthday, you could do it for Patricia's birthday on the 17th or Lynn's birthday as well, because that's her birthday weekend too. So do it for all of our birthdays. Come join us.
Okay.
And last but not least, if you have any questions or any topic suggestions that you'd like for us to discuss at P3, you know where to email us. admin@p3experience.com. And then don't forget to put your weight in for the weight loss tournament if you're still interested in doing that as well.
Exactly. So now we'll cut to tonight's topic. Enough announcements. There's a lot today, so we knew it's going to run.
And then we're feeling better, so of course it's going to be like blah 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 blah.
So tonight's topic is called "How to Kickstart Your Health Journey for the New Year." So we don't like using the term New Year's resolutions. We've talked to you guys about this because we find that, you know, that term for us is a trigger. It's something that, you know, for us, we almost every single New Year's resolution we've ever done, we never achieved. So for us, it almost became a negative for us. It's almost like, oh, that's like that lofty goal. Like my New Year's resolutions this year is to win $1 million. I would love to have that New Year's resolution happen, but I never actually complete it, right?
But if that works for you, we're not saying not to use that. If a resolution is something that works for you, it's definitely important to do so. But we look at the new year as a new beginning. And this is actually psychological. If we don't realize it, it's a huge psychological phenomenon. It was decided years ago that January 1st was the beginning, right?
Why wasn't it July 1st?
Why? Exactly. Actually, I think at some point there was multiple months, more than 12 months. But honestly, if we're going into that, the reason why it's a psychological phenomenon is because we've been programmed this way. So in our actual opinion, you know, it starts with the word new, right? So the word new meaning something fresh, absolutely never been touched before, seen, right? And which also sometimes has been used, or, you know, it's nothing that's ever been used. So that's why we think of, oh, this is the new, this is something that I'm finally starting. And then January 1st, of course, it's the first month of the year, but really the only thing that changes is the year every year. It's that repetition that we see. It's our beginning of the journey around the sun, right? We are traveling 365 days around that sun. So that's why we always look at it as a new beginning, a new start. So New Year's all about traditions, right? That's where this whole idea of New Year's resolutions comes into play, is that it's been a tradition that's been passed along. And there's nothing wrong from that because it's allowing us to start fresh. But one thing we always want to reiterate is, doesn't mean you can't start fresh if something goes wrong. You can always create. Every day is the beginning of your new year, right? So one of the things that we want to talk to you about is the things that we're going to do in order to restart.
Well, let's flash back a little bit.
Definitely.
So Jean-Luc and Nick it's confession time, everybody. You ready? So now I'm going to sit beside you. Everybody turn sideways for a confession, right? So P3ers, we need to confess our sins to all of you. And we're not calling them sins. We're just going to be honest with all of you. We struggled the last few months.
It's a huge struggle.
Many of you probably noticed, we put on a lot of weight in the last 2 months. The two of us have put on at least a good 10, 15 pounds.
If not more,
from our mental health issues that we've struggled through the last few months. And the ship, when we're on a cruise ship, when I caught COVID, let's just say Jean-Luc stayed with me for 2 days straight because finding out that I caused that destruction, it was my fault again, that we again have to cancel something. It was really tough for me to realize that again, it's because of me, I'm getting sick, that we can't do something, that I'm losing vacation again. And it's the story of my life. And so I was depressed. It's lasted for months. Jean-Luc was down this time. Even the two of us, we couldn't get out of it. We could not forego our weed. It came back and tenfold. We started eating out, buying chips again. Let's just say we went crazy for 2 months. We ate everything we wanted and anything we wanted. We couldn't stop ourselves. And why are we sharing? Why are we sharing this? Because we want to be honest. If you've gone through the same struggle for November, September, or October, you're human. We are P3 owners and we still go through this all the time. We will not, it won't change. There's no magic pill that'll solve the way our body feels. If my mental health is not going well, I can't focus on everything else because I am in such a bad state that all I want is comfort foods. And then when he's doing well, we can help each other. But when we're both in the dumps, we can't. The first time I can be like, today I'll be good. And he'll be like, oh, do you want some chips? Yes. Yes, please give me chips.
I'll never offer chips first.
No, that's me.
I'm going to the sweets.
Or Chinese food.
Chocolate or no, ice cream or Chinese food.
Yeah, Chinese.
But anyways, we won't go there.
Yeah.
So this is exactly why we want to be very open and honest. And we have been in this entire time. I hope you all know we don't hide. We don't BS.
Yeah, we don't hide from you guys what we go through.
Whenever we're experiencing something and our biggest struggle, and we've said this from the get-go, we can be great in mindset and great on activity, but the food is where we struggle the most. That is the hardest place. And the reason being is because we don't apply our mindset to the actual food as well. I will equate it. We have an addiction to food. And what's tough for us is that my food addiction is savory. His food addiction is sweets. But because I have a food addiction, if you put sweets in front of me, I'll still eat them. If I put savory in front of him, he'll still eat them. So what's happening is that back in the day when I was on my own, I'm like, oh, I can forego desserts for a while. I don't need sweets. But I'm with a guy who needs the sweets, so I can't forego those. And same as vice versa. He'd be like, I don't need to have fries or burgers or cheese, but I want them. So we both come in when we're both not doing well, wanting every single thing across the board from every single food, naughty food group we want to include in what we're eating. And it leads us to gain weight. Definitely.
But we were active the entire time. We didn't cancel step classes.
Nope, we kept working out.
We didn't, stop doing anything for P3 or show up for you guys and be happy in our power-ups and make sure to support you guys, because that's part of our mindset and our activity that we never really struggle with as much as we do with our food.
You know what? One of the things is too, as being two real guys in front of you, we preach and we tell you guys a lot of things, but guess what? Sometimes you even have the same advice for all of your friends
or your children,
but we don't practice what we preach. It's one of the hardest things ever is to actually, we know what we should be doing. We all do. We all know, okay, maybe I shouldn't have had that extra piece of cake, or maybe I shouldn't have done this, or I shouldn't have done that. Exactly. But we held off.
Yeah, ish.
But the thing is that what's it going to do if I sit here and belittle myself and berate myself and get angry at myself? How is that going to help me? How is that going to make me a better person?
So this is where it comes with the new year. So our new year is not a resolution for us because we're always on this journey. We understand we have a struggle with food. We've been very open and honest about our food addictions. The fact that it's very hard for us to slow down. I can eat with no end. Someone can tell me, when do you feel full? I never feel full.
Never feels full.
I can eat for hours and hours and hours, and I'll keep eating until the point where it hurts, and I will still eat because that's just the way I am. I've tried stopping. I've tried doing different things. That's who I am. But I've had to learn to limit things that are around me. And that's what January is about for us. It's about looking at our, areas that we've slipped a little bit and saying, how can we put some guardrails back into this situation? Not like I'm going to go back to eating salads every day and never having my fun. No, because again, that's deprivation. And that means that 3 months from now, when I'll want chips again, I'll eat the whole bowl or the whole bag in one sitting. So it's how do we create a guardrails for us starting the new year so that we can refocus again in certain areas that we know we can focus easily when it comes to food.
Right. So one of the first things we normally do is we sit down and we look at the last year and think of the time we felt the most successful. What were we doing well? What are the things we were actually good at in the year? So I know our breakfast, lunches, and dinners Monday through Friday we're pretty much on par for at least 8 months out of the year. I can say that 8 months out of the year. So that's one of the things we do. Then we also sit down and go back and say, where did we struggle? Where did we have a hard time, especially with the food for us, right? But this also are things that you can look at for your body, right? Where did I do well? with my body, my activity? Where did I struggle with my activity? These questions are things you can ask in all aspects: food, activity, and mindset.
And listen to what he's saying there. He said food, mindset, and activity, but maybe you have to go even deeper.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to look into food and say, okay, for now, food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then keep splitting that out to the point where you need that level of clarity. If you're just at the beginning and you're just starting out like we are, you're just going to look at probably food, activity, mindset, because we're starting back at the beginning of our, refocus. But maybe you're already doing well with activity, mindset, and your food, it's your breakfast you're having issues with, and maybe that's where you want to focus on. So you need to find that area that you need to focus on for this specific new year.
Definitely. The next thing I would suggest, especially for us, that we need to do when it comes to food is we need to go through our cupboards again. This is a great time to go through your cupboards and start removing those foods that maybe have crept in during the holiday season that you have leftovers of, just revamping, seeing what you have, because sometimes it's making that inventory that you're going to the grocery store and you already have 17 cans of chickpeas in the cupboard, but you bought 3 more because you thought you ran out. Right? Like, how many times do we do that? Because
there's a lot of chickpeas down there.
I have a lot of chickpeas.
True story.
I'm afraid of running out of them. So honestly.
And also it's also removing trigger activities. Mm-hmm. So for example, say for example for you, it's after dinner, you always sit down and watch TV, and then eventually that triggers you to want a snack. If you want to cut out snacking, maybe you cut out the TV activity in a sedentary position. Maybe you now instead go for a walk, listen to a podcast, or go to the gym and watch your show on a TV while at the gym, or you watch it at home while walking in front of your TV. Find a way to tweak what you're already doing to make me add a guardrail to that. Our Starbucks rule is back in effect as of January 1st.
Yeah.
What's the Starbucks rule, you ask? Well, we drink Frappuccinos. They're not really healthy, even if you change it for oat milk. It's still a lot of calories. So what we do is we're not allowed to have it unless we're 4 hours away from home. That rule has not been active for 2 years. We just reactivated it now in January because it's a guardrail we can put in that's easy to follow. But what does it mean that when we go to visit Windsor or anywhere else, we can still have a Frappuccino?
Doesn't need to be the biggest one, but we can have something and not feel like we're depriving ourselves again. Right? So again, like Nick was saying, creating those boundaries.
So we do have homework for all of you today. Okay? So we want you guys to participate in as best as you can. For those of you who are VIP members, we want you guys, if you can, to post your homework in the VIP group, share it. And this is why we're doing this all together. So our homework is really asking you guys to look into the areas where you want to focus, not details. You don't have to give me like a book about what you want to do, but a 1-word, 5 different words that represent the 5 areas you want to focus on. So your first one could be activity. It could be as simple as that. I don't want detail because I know if we get you guys to go to detail, you're going to really start digging, and that's on your own private time. I want this to be 5 words that you can just come up in your mind quickly that you're going to post in the group. And from then on, after you posted them, these become the words I want you to work on to figure out what can you change. What's the one thing you can change this week for each of these words that can help you focus back for your January journey, okay? So homework is Facebook group, 5 words that represent 5 areas you want to work on this year for your wellness journey. And then once you've written those 5 down and posted it, you can go privately write down the 5 things you want to do for those. And if you want to share those, feel free, but I want the 5 words. I really want to see what people's 5 words are going to be.
So this chat, basically, it was a quick one this evening. We didn't want to go over too much, but we just want to make everybody realize we've had a famous saying and Jean-Luc and Nick have said this for years. And we said
Shirt is coming soon.
A shirt is coming soon for it because I've wanted a t-shirt that says it. And it's a new year. It's a new day. But look at it every single day. Don't face the year all at once. Face it today. Face it tomorrow. But guess what? For us, Monday's the beginning of the week. We start our days with a Monday, right? So I'm going to give you this saying, like we always said, every day's a Monday. Every day is a day for you to be able to start over again. If you weren't as successful as you wanted to be that day, you have a new day tomorrow. And we have to be grateful and thankful for that, right?
And I love those people putting in chat some ideas. So if you guys have any ideas for reset, like things to do to refocus, put it in chat. But I love that Sue said she's going to go through the curriculum. We have 4 lessons right there ready for all of you to start off the new year. Do you want to refresh your mind about P3 and things that you can do with P3 in different areas of the site or the Facebook group. If you want to also learn some topics you maybe not been part of because you joined P3 later and you weren't part of some topics we did during our 12-week experience or our retreats in the past, those are all available for you on the P3 curriculum on the dashboard. So if you go to dashboard, resources at the top, under that, there's actually a curriculum section. Or if you just scroll down in the main dashboard, there's a section about the curriculum right there as well. So you guys can do that as well. And like I said, it's a good way to get yourself, back into things. Take your reference guide, go through it again. And you know what? That's another thing that Jean-Luc and I think we'll bring it up for you guys as well, is Jean-Luc and I have also realized that we approach 2023 in a way that doesn't work for us. And we've been very honest with you guys, which is all or nothing. So when we approach P3, we're like, we're not going to have cheese anymore. We're not going to do this anymore. And what's happening is that some of the old patterns of what we used to do are coming back. When I see cheese now, I cram it in my face because I can't believe I'm having cheese. And I eat a whole brick in one sitting because I can't believe cheese is in front of me. And cheese is very addictive. And I know because I can eat 6 bricks in one sitting. So we're not doing that anymore. We are going to follow P3 meal plan to the best of our ability, reducing the amount of cheese we eat, reducing the amount of meat proteins that we're having, eating less processed foods. But we understand that we can't get rid of certain things all the time because it leads to that binge and purge situation for us. Well, not always purge, because I tend to be pretty good at.
We don't purge.
I don't purge. I keep it down. I'm a tough cookie. Only twice in my life that's ever happened because, again, I don't stop eating. But yeah, so please start your new year off. Don't get discouraged because this is week 1. A lot of you are excited. We did our power up yesterday and we had a lot of high numbers. As the weeks wear on, you will run into possible struggles. You will run into situations where you might think, oh, I can't do this anymore. I'm so tired of doing this. You might be in bed one morning and thinking, oh, I don't want to get up. I really don't want to go do step right now. But all you got to remember is, come and do step with us. You know you want to get up.
Remind me on one side, Nick on the other side going, hello.
Step class.
Hello.
Step.
Hello.
Step.
Hello.
And
coming.
For everything else, when you're struggling, remember that you have us on your shoulder. For those of you who are in P3, come with power-ups. Get that support you need when you're starting to see that downward trend. When you start feeling like, you know what, I'm starting to feel like I'm not as motivated as I was 2 weeks ago. Because right now you're at the motivation peak. You all are. I can sense it. I can see it all in your faces. Tonight, this is what I'm seeing. This is December sessions, okay? Today, this is all of you today. Note writing, you're all at your peak. Right now, you're all gung-ho. You all want to do this. You're all paying attention. You all can't wait to get started. But in 3 weeks from now, you might not feel that way. So remember right now how you're feeling. And when you get to that in 3 weeks from now, when you're starting to slowly, things are starting to not go as well, don't leave your P3 power-ups. Don't just disappear on us and say, I don't even want to follow P3 right now because I don't come to a power-up. We struggle too. We don't follow everything all the time. Come see us and come talk to us. Do not let yourself go down a dark hole alone. This is why P3 is here for all of you. We are here to support you when you're going through those tough times, okay? I really hope that we see all of you throughout the next few weeks. Not all the time. I know we're all busy, and Laura's in the West Coast, so she can't join all the time when it's 8 p.m. because we get it, stupid time zones. If we could all be at the same time, right? A lot is simpler, but we can't do that. So come when you can, get the support and the motivation you need, get the laughter, the joy you need, post in the group, use the tools you have to kick off this amazing weight loss year.
What he said.
I'm trying to motivate them. Am I doing it good? Am I ready for my own TV show? You can do it, everybody. Let's go.
Take a breath, honey. Breathe. There we go. Yeah, definitely. I think it's really important. Don't just remember, you know what? You're the most important person in your life.
Yeah.
You are the most important person in your life. Never forget it. Because if you weren't here, this place would not be as special as it is.
Exactly.
So take care of yourself, love yourself, be kind to yourself, and be kind to your neighbors. That's all we ask. So on that note,
so yes, it is an early night tonight because we have to get up early tomorrow. We have a morning
6:45 morning show.
And
who started this thing?
It was me. He's like, what? You have a problem with getting up already?
I'm the one that has to get him out of bed, so it's going to be me at 6:45.
I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to change it. See? I'm trying to be good and be happy in the morning. I'm happy at night. I'm very grumpy in the morning.
Stop putting your hands in front of Pam.
Sorry. Sorry, Pam. So yes, thank you so much for joining us. I hope we gave you guys, we really just wanted to be the session tonight to be a way to pump you up. We know you guys have been through this before. You've had these January sessions.
We all have.
We all have. We want you to leave tonight feeling powerful. You can do this. We're here to support you.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do it with you. And we're all going to just traverse this month of January. We'll get the February all together, holding hands together.
And then we'll all fly to the Dominican.
Woo! Hey.
Excellent. Everybody have a great night. Happy Sunday. And we will see you, those of you, tomorrow morning for Step with Jean-Luc and Nick. Or Hello with Jean-Luc and Nick.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a great night. Thanks, Pamela. Oh my God.
I'm not done yet.
Oh. But I could leave that.